Okay, so welcome to EV Unplugged Live. This is a new stream that I thought I'd try, see if I can technically do it and see if it works for me. There's lots going on, so I may get a little bit confused, and this might not be the best live stream that you've ever seen. I offer a zero refund policy on that. Okay, so the purpose of this live stream is to sort of like give me the ability to once a week give you a quick news update of EV technology and up and coming vehicle releases from around the world. It's completely unscripted, it's just me in my man cave with my webcam, my microphone, and I still have Easter eggs. So, anybody else still got Easter eggs? I've got Easter eggs. People buy me Easter eggs. I don't really eat chocolate, but I thought I might whilst I'm doing a live stream, which is probably not the best option. Anyway, let's get on with it. Let's have a look at some of the news that's happened around the world this week. And today we are the 27th of April 2025. So I want to start off with a company called Slate Auto. You may not have heard of these. I certainly hadn't. They're based in Michigan and they're an electric vehicle startup funded by Jeff Bezos from Amazon, and they were founded in 2022. And they are trying to build a cheap, affordable, durable, fixable EV vehicle. It's a bit like a Kickstarter, I think. They're trying to design simple, modular, but ultra affordable, and that's the key, ultra affordable vehicles. So I've been doing a little bit of research on this today in preparation for this, and the company aims to distribute the EV market by offering an affordable, minimalistic electric pickup truck. Their first model, simply named the Slate Truck, is designed with a focus on simplicity, customization, and cost effectiveness. Now, I've looked into the specs of this, and there are a couple of variations that they're building at the moment. They do a 52.7 kilowatt battery, which has got an estimated range of about 150 miles, which my MG4's got about 52 kilowatt and I get about 200. So I'm guessing because it's a pickup truck, there's more weight to it, which could explain why the battery doesn't carry the same range as what you might expect in a normal family car. But they also do an 84.4 kilowatt battery as well. This has got a range of about 240 miles, so a bit better. Not brilliant, but a bit better, and it is a pickup truck. It does 11 kilowatt level 2 charging and up to 120 kilowatt fast charging. It says that it achieves a 20 to 80% charge in under 30 minutes, which, is enough time for you to pull up and go and use the restroom and grab yourself a burger or an Easter egg and charge it and then get back on the way. Interesting that a couple of the other points that they've put in here is the vehicle's got manual crank windows, so the old-fashioned wind the window up. It looks like it's got those rather than the electrics. No built-in infotainment. It does include a phone mount for users' devices, but it doesn't have any infotainment built in. So again, keeping the cost down. Potentially, you might be able to buy this as a modular plug-in. Potentially, don't know. Basic digital instrument cluster. The exterior of it says unpainted grey body panels. So again, it sounds like it's a bit of a Kickstarter, a project EV maybe. Could be a market for that, where people where people might have they might want to build their own EV. This could actually be the start of that, like a kit car almost. So this is the Slate Truck pickup truck. It says here customers can apply vinyl wraps as well for colour customization, so people can make it their own. It says it's DIY friendly as well, so easy for home modifications. Slate University provides video tutorials and support for installations. I'm really liking the sound of this. So this is the Slate pickup truck. Slate Auto pickup truck. Yeah, I really like the idea of this Kickstarter build your own modular kit. Production timeline, it says late 2026, and you can put a $50 or £40 refundable deposit on it now. That's the clincher. You can put a $50 deposit on it and it's fully refundable. But it's looking like the production timeline is late 2026. So we'll see what happens there. So other news this week, we've got Denza, Denza. Again, not a range I'm familiar with, but apparently it's part of BYD's luxury brand. They've just released or about to release the Z9 GT. This sounds like it's a high-end EV, possibly there to rival the BMW and the Audis, and it's expecting to be priced fairly pricey at about £80,000. Now, if you've seen the BYD Sea Lion, and you've seen how much technology, performance you get out of one of those, and they're only about 35,000, 40,000. I'd love to see what you get out of an £80,000 BYD. I really can't imagine what you get, but I'm looking forward to that one. So that's the Z9 GT. Also this week, they've announced that a Neo Firefly, again, one of these Chinese brands that just appears from nowhere, NIO, Neo. They've got a Firefly. It's a very small, affordable EV. Looks a little bit like a Fiat 500 by the look of it. Now, the interesting thing with this is it's very basic. It's very cute. It is so cute inside. It's almost like a kid's type car. Little infotainment pad, little, almost like a Formula One style steering wheel. But the interesting thing is that it looks like the starting prices could be as low as £16,000 in the UK, which is a complete game changer. It's not going to have a massive battery in it. It's not designed for it. It's not designed for long distances. But if it's a £16,000, that could persuade a lot of people to go to them, because there's nothing on the market that cheap at the moment, brand new. Even second-hand EVs are there at the worst. Yeah, that sounds interesting. They've also got an Envo, the Neo Envo, which is an L60 crossover SUV. This is coming in between £21,000 and £40,000 in the UK. Again, I don't have much information on them, but I'm going to do a little bit of research and try and get a little bit more. And then we've also got Yang Wang, which again is part of BYD. They've got a U8 SUV. So the U8 SUV is a luxury high-performance plug-in hybrid vehicle. So it's not a full EV, it's a plug-in hybrid, but it boasts just over 1,100 brake horsepower electric system. This is through 4 individual electric motors, each wheel receiving power. The U8 can accelerate from 0 to 62 in a remarkable 3.6 seconds. That is amazing. 3.6 seconds out of an SUV. And I've had a quick look at some of the images on this, and it looks like one of these all-urban outright attack vehicles. Nowhere near as ugly as the Tesla Cybertruck. Let's get that right. Nothing is going to ever be as ugly as the Tesla Cybertruck. But the U8 is one of these vehicles, all-terrain type vehicles. It has a claimed range of about 621 miles, which is about 1,000 kilometres, with a full tank of petrol and a full battery. And it features a 2-litre turbo engine that acts as the range extender. So again, you know, that sounds pretty formidable. On the notes I've got here, it says the party trick of this vehicle is it can float for 30 minutes in water. Well, there you go. Okay, back on to other news. We've got Tesla. Now, Tesla is really suffering at the minute. Tesla, the shares, they're down 71% at the moment. That's wiped off about $19 billion or £15 billion off the Tesla brand. And this is really the crux of it, is Elon Musk with his views, the way he's working with Donald Trump. And I don't want this to turn into a political broadcast by any means. There's so many of them out there at the moment. Midas Touch and people like that I watch quite often. But, oh my God, what is he doing to his company? I mean, He's not there. He's not doing the job. He's not the CEO. Same goes for SpaceX. Same goes for X, even though he probably is there a little bit more, because all the American stuff's going through X now, and yeah, it's all getting complicated. It's not good. But he's not doing his job, and Tesla are suffering. Tesla as a brand, as a vehicle, are fantastic. Last week in London, I went to the Everything Electric show, and I met Robert Llewellyn. So go and have a look at my video that I posted last week about that. I met him, had a good chat to him about EVs and EV batteries. Really nice guy, lifelong hero of mine. Loved him in the 80s, his Crichton, Scrap Heap Challenge and so on. So yeah, he's brilliant. But we were having a bit of a chat, and we were talking about Tesla cars, and I'd got to drive the new Model Y, the Juniper. It was first time I've driven a Tesla. I went into the event. I went to the Tesla desk straight away. Got there at 10 o'clock just as it opened. Went straight to them and said, "Yeah, I'd like to test drive one of the Teslas." "Yep, no problem. You got your driving license?" "Yep, there you go." Took a photograph of it. Fill out this. Sign the disclaimer. "Yep, okay." Go down to the far end, and there'll be one waiting for you. Okay. So off I trundled down to the far end. There's a guy there. He said, "You here to drive a Tesla?" I said, "Yep." Didn't ask who it was. Didn't say what's your name, so you could check his list. Absolutely no check on me at all, which I was really, really surprised at. Anyway, he showed me around the vehicle, asked if I'd driven an EV before. "Yeah, I have." "Have you driven a Tesla?" "No, I haven't." "Right, well, this is how you drive this one." And there's no turny knob or anything to make it go forward or reverse. It's all done on the touchscreen, which I think might have been on the old one as well, but first time I've seen it. Follow the sat nav. It'll take you out through the streets of London down by the XL Centre. It'll take you down to a shopping centre. Pull over, tell it to return home, follow it back. We'll see you in about half an hour. And that was it. Off I went. I tried to do some videoing, but really annoyed with myself. I forgot my stick-on GoPro camera, so I couldn't video myself driving the Tesla. It was very, very annoying when I kind of realised that I'd left it at home like 300 mile away. I tried to use my GoPro on its own. It kept rolling off the dashboard. I couldn't put my tripod mount anywhere in the Tesla for the phone camera because it kept falling over. So I've got a little bit of audio of me trying to document what I'm doing in this Tesla. It doesn't work. I'm not going to publish it, but all I'm going to say is, oh my God, that car is so fast. We were in a 40. That was as fast as we could go in this area. Bear in mind, no one knew I was driving it. There's no record. I could have got 30 points on my licence and nobody would have known it was me. Or at least I had plausible deniability anyway. So yeah, off I went and down the slope and down the road, and as soon as I got up to sort of like the 40 mile an hour sign, I booted it. I dropped it down to about 5 mile an hour and I booted it, and I have never felt acceleration like that in a car. Never. I thought my EV was fast, my MG4. I thought that was fast. Oh my God, that Tesla was unreal. It really was unreal. Tesla drivers are probably going to be watching this going, yeah, we know, they're fast. First time I've ever been in a car like that, and yeah, it's my mate used to have a BMW M5 petrol. That thing was rapid, but nothing like this Tesla. I think he probably had about 400 brake horsepower. Anyway, we digress a little bit. I did drive it, but Tesla cars are fantastic. The only problem with them is Elon Musk at the moment. Now, he says that he's going back into Tesla. He's moving away from the politics for a while. I think that's because the country's had enough of him. And he's made a few enemies, but he's going back into Tesla. So the prices have sort of like rose a little bit, about 4%, I think they rose on the announcement of that. Everybody in Tesla's probably going, oh my God, he's coming back quick, look busy. It's been bliss while he's been away. You know, when your boss is away on holiday and you kind of get to do what you want, you do your job, but you're not as under pressure, you're a little bit more relaxed. That's what it's probably like at Tesla. Now they've heard the boss is coming back, they are probably bricking it because, yeah, he's going to be cutting jobs. Tesla prices have slumped, proper slumped. In California, the shares alone fell 55%. You know, this market share loss of vehicles. So yeah, there's going to be job cuts in Tesla, unfortunately. And when I did meet the Tesla guys at the Everything Electric show, I did sort of like say to them, look, you know, everyone goes to a job to get paid. Nobody goes to a job to get abuse or anything. So, you know, anybody kicks off, just report them, get the police, whatever you need to do. You're here to do a job. You're not here to take crap off people because of Elon Musk. Unknowns to me, this was when I was driving the Tesla, there were protests outside the actual hall in the Excel Centre with anti-Elon protesters. Didn't hear much about it, but I did hear that they were there, so I kind of missed them. But yeah, the people who work for Tesla, they're doing the job. They're getting paid. They're paying the bills. They're paying the taxes, unlike some. But anyway, so yeah, Teslas, they're in trouble at the minute. They're in real big trouble. What else have we got on the news this week? In China, EV sales have now hit 52% of market share. In March, that was. And out of all those, BYD lead the Chinese and global sales charts. Absolutely smashing out the park, BYD are. Build your own dream. If you've not seen one, if you've got one near you, go and have a look. They are formidable cars. Really, really like them. I would seriously consider a BYD next when my car at least comes up. I really would consider them. And they're a lot cheaper than what Teslas are. But you get the same technology, if not better. In Europe, EV sales are up 23.9% in Q1 of 2025. And 15.2% of all new vehicles in the EU are now fully electric. So plug-in vehicles across the globe are up 29% year on year, and an estimated 18 million EVs could be sold worldwide in 2025. And this goes against everything that the media is telling you. The media is trying to tell you nobody wants an EV, nobody wants you electric vehicles. Well, I'm sorry, but the statistics are saying differently. Was it up 23.9% in Q1, and 29% year on year. No, sorry, but the people have spoken. They want the EVs, and especially when you look at the cost savings as well, which I'll come on to shortly. A little bit more news. This is quite new. I've not really done much research into this, but it's flagged up. Apparently, a Saudi Aramco. Apparently, they're the world's largest oil company. I don't know who they are. I'm dyslexic, by the way, so I can't read that name. But they and BYD, who is the world's largest EV maker at the minute, they are looking to work together on some new EV energy batteries and technology around them. So that's really good news. You got this Saudi oil company now deciding, actually, part of Vision 2030, we need to diverse away from oil, and they are now looking at they're going to join partners with BYD to look at some investments in new technology and batteries in EVs. So again, that is a bold move from an oil company, a bold move to move into the EV market, or at least the batteries. Yeah, you know, when you look at it with the likes of Nokia, they didn't think that the iPhone was anything. They didn't think it was going to trouble them. They didn't react. They kind of disappeared. They're kind of back now, but they were not the market leaders. BlackBerry, exactly the same. Again, they didn't think the iPhone was up to much, and then next thing you know, they've disappeared as well. So yeah, that's really interesting that this oil company is going to join forces with BYD looking at some batteries. So I'm just reading down the notes that I've got. So it looks like they're looking at powertrain development, battery technology, and infrastructure development. So the collaboration also extends to the development of EV charging infrastructure in Saudi Arabia by establishing a robust network of charging stations. The partnership aims to support the widespread adoption of electric vehicles across the UK as well. So again, that could be why they're doing it. They're seeing a gap in the market. No other oil company or petroleum company are moving into it. BP Pulse, yeah, overpriced, unreliable, doesn't work with every vehicle. So this could be, again, a big change to the EV infrastructure, charging infrastructure in the UK. Final couple of bits on here is there's a new report that's come out that says that the average UK driver can save up to £850 a year now just by driving their EV, based on fuel savings versus electric charging. That's just over $1,000 a year. Doesn't sound much, but it's like getting a $1,000 pay rise, basically, and you're still doing your job. The more you drive, the more you actually save. So that's an average. And again, I've done a video of my trip to Silverstone to work out how much it cost me versus how much it would have done if I was been in a petrol car. I've just released, I've just finished doing a video regarding and it's a bit of a premiere. This is the video is about the Kia Sportage hybrid that I drove a couple of weeks ago. So I've done a bit of a review on that. That's going to be published later in the week. So keep your eyes open for that one. Don't forget, like and subscribe. It means you'll get the notifications when it does go live. It doesn't cost you a penny. Really helps me out. I've had quite a few people subscribe over the weekend, which has been fantastic. It makes me feel better as well. But it means you don't miss out on any of the news and these live sessions that I'm hoping that I can do on a regular basis. So anyway, I digress a little bit. So with the costs of the Kia Sportage, because it was a hybrid, I've done some calculations on how much that cost me versus if I'd taken an EV and charged it up on electric as well. So again, keep your eye open for that. So this £850 cost savings a year, this is based on basically people being able to home charge. And I know what people are going to say, not everybody can home charge, and I totally get it. And this is one of the issues that was raised at the Everything Electric show, is that it's if you got off-road parking and it's your own property, as in you're not renting, it's fantastic to have home charging. I've literally just gone and plugged mine in before I've come into here, so it's fully charged for tomorrow. If you haven't got it, off-road parking, then you're a bit stuck. If you have got it but you rent, then you've got that dilemma of, well, if I get this installed, then my landlord's going to benefit off this once I leave the tenancy. Or sweet talk your landlord, do me a favour, get a charger plugged in. When I leave, the next person can have it. And it's a selling point for somebody to rent, because it is becoming more popular. It'd be great if landlords started to do that, but with the upfront cost, yeah, I can't see them a lot doing it. But if you get on well with your landlord, have a chat to them. So if you've not got off-road parking, then in some areas of the UK we've got lamppost parking charging, so you can plug into certain lampposts and it will charge you. Or you might have the local Tesco's, Aldi's or something that you can go and charge in. But if you do that, the price is expensive, so those cost savings will soon diminish if you are public charging. It also takes into account the fact that EVs are less complicated, less moving parts, no major services needed on them, and so on. So it takes that into account as well. Government policy changes in the UK. Diesel and petrol cars are now allowed to be sold until 2035. So they kind of did a bit of about a 180 U-turn on that one, and they were definitely going to be 2030. Well, now it looks like they've pushed it back to 2035, which I have no issues with if it makes people adopt it and it gives time for the network charging infrastructure to catch up as well. There are things the government needs to do, such as capping the charging rates, cost per kilowatt that we charge publicly. They really need to come down. 85 kilowatts is ridiculous. I get charged 6p on a EV tariff. 22p is about the average at home. It's 5% VAT. It's 20% out in the public domain. It's wrong. It's wrong. Get those charges down. Government needs to take a look at it. They really need to get those charges down. and that might entice more people to jump onto it and start to, drive cleaner cars. Okay, so they're going to be 2035. You can still buy petrol and diesel ones. Not sure what they're doing about hybrids. I'm not sure where that is. Plug-in hybrids, complete waste of time. I might do a video about them, but the complete waste of time, because everybody I know, and I know a few people have got plug-in hybrids, they don't plug them in. They literally just drive it like a petrol car, but they were getting the tax benefits and, for salary and road tax and stuff like that. So, yeah, I need a drink. I've realised I've been talking for ages. That's better. Anyway, so yeah, hybrids. The one I drove, the Kia Sportage, was a full hybrid, so it was charging the battery from the engine, which is great. Slow speeds, it really does work. It helps. It kicks in the electric. Plug-in hybrids, if you run out of electric, guess what? I'm going to use petrol, and that's what people do. Anyway, and the last news article I've got here is that there's 2 US factories planned by Nissan. They've been cancelled. They were supposed to be launched in 2028. They've now been scrapped. I'm not sure the reasons why, but uncertainty in the economic forum is probably the biggest thing. Tariffs, definitely. If they've got to send parts from America over to Canada or out of America to another country and then back in, the cost of the cars is just going to go up, because people are literally just going to not pay those rates because they're getting tariffed every time it crosses the border. And so that whole tariff thing, just stop it, Donald. Just stop it. Just kill it off. Don't be stupid. You don't need them. America's rich enough. Well, was. Unfortunately, it's down quite a lot at the moment. So these 2 Nissan plants have been axed, apparently, due to economic issues, which could affect production and sales of cars in America again. So, but it could have a knock-on effect to the Sunderland plant in the UK, and questions over a future investment into it. So even though it's happening over in America, it actually could affect us in the northeast, up in Sunderland. So let's keep our eyes open and hope that it doesn't affect us too badly, but I suspect it probably will. Who knows? If they get rid of the tariffs, then hey, nothing might happen and they might relaunch those factories, but we don't know. Anyway, I think that's it. That's about nearly half an hour. I didn't mean to go on for that long, so sorry if I rambled a little bit. I have some notes. I don't really read them verbatim. I can't. I do struggle, like I say, with dyslexia, and I do have ADHD as well, which makes my brain just go off in complete different tangents, which is why I do like doing YouTube channels. I do a lot of editing and do a lot of cutting out on them, and it takes me forever to do it. When I'm doing live, it's unscripted, and I am literally just saying what comes into my head, and it suits my my nature and the way I present much better. However, it's probably a little bit too waffly for some people. But anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you had a great weekend. I'd say I've got a video coming out later in the week about the Kia Sportage, and then I'm looking at my next video after that. Please like and subscribe if you can. It costs you nothing. It's completely free, and I really honestly do appreciate every single one that subscribes. I really do appreciate them. And if you've got any questions, or you'd like me to insert something into this weekly podcast, I guess you might call it, but this live session, I'm trying to get this as a regular thing. I completely forgot last week to do it. I had it in my diary to do it, and like I said, my brain just didn't work that day, and I remembered about 2 o'clock in the morning that I was supposed to do it. So anyway, I've remembered this week, and then in a couple of weeks I'm actually going away on leave, so I won't be able to do it that week. So it's a bit hit and miss at the minute, but really interested in some feedback. If you've got it, be kind. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on my next video of EV Unplugged. Take care, have a good weekend, and have a good week. Thank you very much.